Hello?
Hello.
You sound like you're coming through my speakers. Just
Yeah, he sounds like that to me too. Hold on.
okay, I got it fixed.
All right, can you share? I'll share my camera. You share yours.
Oh, sure.
Wait. Um, I can't. It says I don't have permission to use my camera. That's fine. I mean, I just.
I'm sure somebody will. Well, can I fix that? I don't know how to do that. Nathan, will you fix that? If you can hear this?
My camera is like in front of it too. So. Right. Okay.
I can't. I assume it's like a server wide. I guess I have to go to the channel settings.
Oh, looks like I can do it. Here you go.
Nice. Nice.
Okay.
Oh, wait. How's this going to work?
What?
I've got. Do I have 3 monitors now? Yeah. Wait. What's this plugged into? Why is
So
that
you
flickering?
you only had two monitors before? You only had one monitor before?
Yeah. I know people have theorized that I have more than one, but I never did. Wait,
Well,
you're just
it's
dark. Are you waiting for me to put it on?
no. I guess it's not coming through. Hold on.
Oh,
Here we go. Oh,
it's
wait.
just black.
Source. Here.
Nice.
Okay.
Looks good. Um. Okay, 1 second.
This is embarrassing. Every time.
I know. Here, you just talk to people. I'll be right back.
All right. Get back in the cage, Smith. Nice, you gave me a seizure. No, I'm not a boring caller. I heckin' love seizures. Technical difficulties ASMR. Okay, someone says, Smith, how do you feel about the last panel? It was a pretty good panel, actually. Um, I have a problem in panels where I'm really like I feel like going headlong into like a fight with someone is like the best content, but then like it really freaks out whoever's moderating because it makes it stressful for them. Um, so yeah, and then I feel like I have to do them a solid by like toning it down a bit, and it's hard to find a middle ground there.
Yo.
Yeah.
Okay. I only have 2 HDMI outs on my computer. I didn't realize that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Uh.
This still isn't working. What the hell?
It's okay. Let's see. Smith, do you
With me.
smell good? I'm not telling him that. I
I
smell
don't know.
bad.
I don't
I
know what's
smell
wrong.
bad.
I don't know. I don't know why it's not working.
I'm not too upset. I look like shit
Oh,
on that. I look like shit on that TV anyway. It's like,
okay. Well,
oh, I saw something.
it's not working. Okay. Do you want me to just put you on the screen like a normal person?
But do whatever you want.
Yeah, I'll just do that. I don't know what's going on with the TV.
While you're doing that, just get into
We're
the
good. We're
mind
good.
state that you have an 11-year-old daughter. All right.
Okay. I'm there.
Okay. She starts. Okay, so you bring your 11-year-old daughter shopping for
Yeah.
school clothes, and she
Okay.
is really excited because she sees some like 1 inch long short shorts.
Okay.
All right, what do you do? How do you feel about that? What do you? She's 11.
How you said 1 inch long?
Yeah, like when I
Was
was
it?
11, there were girls wearing like really thin short shorts, barely anything there, and I was like, whoa. As an 11-year-old boy, I was like, whoa. But what if that's your daughter?
Um, I need an actual number of inches.
1 inch.
That's not shorts. That's like a band.
No, I mean I mean 1 inch. I mean, I'm thinking of the measurement from the inside of the crotch to the end of the leg, but from the outside it would be a lot longer.
I don't. That's 1 inch is not
It's
short.
like okay, it like goes right under her like butt cheek. It's like really okay.
Okay. Like booty shorts.
Yes.
Okay. What's your question? How would I feel?
Yeah, yeah. How would you? Oh shit. No, don't worry about that. No, not only how would you feel, but what would you do? How would you respond?
I think first I would say, what do you like about these? What is it? You roll. You be my
I
11-year
like
old.
them. I like them cause they're really cool and everybody that wears these looks really cool.
Do your friends wear these?
Some of
Who
them,
wear
but
who?
only the cool ones. And people that don't wear these, nobody likes them as much.
I see. What do you? Why do people like it when people wear these? Do you know?
I don't know. It looks real cool. I don't know what
What do
I
you
would
mean?
think.
Like, what do you mean by cool?
I'm trying to like
Not say that.
I'm trying to not because I'm 11. I'm an 11-year-old girl. I don't know how to say that it makes me horny, so I'm trying to say that like I like it, but I don't know what I'm saying.
Okay, well, so if through the course of talking to her, it turns out that she wants to wear them because it makes her horny.
Hmm. Yeah, I guess
Um,
so.
is that what you're saying?
I think so. Yeah, or maybe I would think it would be more likely that she would want to wear them because the other girls that wear them make her horny.
Okay, she wants to be a sexy girl like her sexy
Yes.
friends. Okay, she wants to be a cutie, right? As it were. Okay. Um, I think I would say here's a couple things we have to talk about. One is your safety. So these will get some attention probably. And some of that attention might be from people we don't really want giving you attention. So I want to say there's certain situations where you could wear these, like at home or at a friend's house or at like a pool party. And there's certain situations like going to the mall or going to the movies, where I don't think it's a good idea for you to wear these. So I'm gonna tell you that you can't for now. And I think in a couple years you'll be to the point where it's not really my place to tell you what you can and can't wear. But right now you're 11, so it still is. Like you're smart for an 11-year-old, but you're dumb as like for like a person. You're dumb because you're 11, and
Yeah.
you know that, right? Like when we see a movie and there's like talking parts, you can't really understand what's happening because you're 11. So like I still have to make decisions for you sometimes, and this is one where I have to just step in. The
I
second
think
part of this is hold on, sweetheart. The second part of this is my safety, where you're from now on, your
you
decisions and
represent
presence.
mrgirl.
Yeah, you represent it's a company. I'm not just a person. I'm an enterprise. And when what you do reflects on me, and so for the rest of your life, everything you do, people will give me some responsibility for. And if you go out, dressing provocatively or skimpily, I'd probably try to use a neutral word that she would admit. Skimpy. If you wear skimpy clothes at 11, it um
They're
uh,
gonna really
uh,
think you're a pedophile.
no, it's just that other you can run around the house naked, okay? I don't. You're. I love you and mind, spirit, and body. Okay, I have total acceptance from me. But the problem is that, now fuck it, whatever. Other people hate women, but I guess that's my problem, not yours. So I
Yeah.
take it back.
I thought you were getting at is because anything like if you did have a kid, your kid would get a lot of awful shit just because you're the cuties guy. Like people would scrutinize every aspect of your fatherhood. That's awful. I just realized that.
Yeah.
Okay, so
But
what?
I think I would probably think that through like I just did and then say, no, I'm not going to tell you what to wear for my own sake. I want to though. I'd probably acknowledge. I would say like part of me wants to stop you from doing provocative shit because it's gonna it's gonna hurt me. But whatever. I guess that's what teenagers do. And you're
Yeah,
11, so it's time for you to get started
I was
embarrassing
gonna
me.
when I was gonna interrupt you before you started saying something fucking stupid that you change your mind on. I was gonna say that I think it's a really good idea to, like, if you're being like if you're giving authority over your kid, I think it's a really good idea to just like tell them like I'm just doing this because like I'm not giving you a choice, not like you know make them pretend like they're the one making the decision. Like, oh no, I don't actually want to do this. No, you do want to do it. You don't. Yeah. So
Yeah, yeah.
so how do you protect your daughter from becoming a girl who ends up getting throat fucked by Russell Brand
How do you protect your daughter? Well,
at 16?
uh,
What can you do?
so I think the age of consent should be 18. In a lot of places, it's 16. But even though I think that my own personal age of consent, I think for my own kids is probably 16. So like I wouldn't try to I'm not going to try to prevent them from having sex once they're 16. Like especially with other 16-year-olds.
Yeah, but what about with Russell Brand, like a 31-year-old? That seems bad.
I think it depends on the kid. Um, like I knew a 16-year-old when I was 14 who had a 30-year-old boyfriend, and it didn't it didn't really strike anybody as like it was. I was like, wow, he's 30, but it seemed like a normal couple. Um,
It feels like it's bad for women that this is a thing. I feel like it has like lasting societal effects on the relationship between men and women, and just the individual women themselves.
it's hard to imagine a 16-year-old guy and a 30-year-old woman and anyone thinking they're a normal couple.
Yeah,
That's true.
that's not where my mind was going. I was just thinking like girls that start dating like much older men when they're like 16, their relationship to men is like a lot different from women that don't do that.
That's true.
And I don't think it's healthier. I think it's worse.
Yeah, but then I think you also run into a problem of like trying to make your kid a model citizen or trying to force them to be the way you wish they were. Like some 16-year-olds just want to fuck older dudes, and like once they want that, I don't think there's really anything you can do to stop it. So you're saying, how do you prevent her from becoming one of those 16-year-olds?
Yeah, okay. So like recently I went on fucking Twitter way too much. It's bad for you. But I saw on Twitter this like some rapper, female rapper. She was talking about a relationship she had when she was 15, and she said he was older. She didn't give the age, but I'm assuming a decent amount older. And she said that he robbed somebody, and then he like ran back to her like out of breath, and he gave her like this belt that he robbed off of someone, and it was like really heart touching for her. And she was like, like all gushing about it. And I was just thinking, dude, like how do we like this is horrible for society. Like this is not like a healthy norm, and like we all know girls that did do this, like have like delinquent older boyfriends. Like we
I think
personally, everybody knows people like that.
okay. I think that there's a thing where um I think we're conflating total condemnation of a behavior. There's no place for this in society. No one should ever do this. With it's okay if some people do it, but
You think I'm
it shouldn't.
conflating?
I think that the people who talk about stuff like this, the whole conversation conflates the two. Where, like, what if 2% of 16-year-old girls want to have sex with older men and do? Is that's not that bad, you know? Like, we don't need everybody to be like in the middle range of what we think of as ideal sexual behavior. So I think when it's your own kid and you see that they're part of that weirdo percent, 2%, um, you know what I'm saying? Like, well, on a societal level, like, yeah, I don't think we should teach 16-year-olds like, hey, and if a 40-year-old man wants to have sex with you, that's totally fine. Like, I don't think we should be sending that message, but at the same time, I think it's okay if like a couple of them do it.
But like my sense, and there's definitely for sure projection going on here, some in some degree, because there's like I don't have enough information. But my sense watching that is that like she learned that like men doing like these great feats for her and like giving her shit, like robbing someone, um, and these are like anything that like a much like 5-year old when you're like 16, a 5-year old 5 years older guy is going to be able to, every little thing he does is going to be like a great feat to you. And I feel like it gives women this relationship to men where like men are their parents.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. So, but the conflation I think is happening, and now I am saying you specifically are doing this,
That's fair.
is you started out asking me what I would say to my own kid, and then you're saying on a broad sweeping societal level, like you know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Well,
we
no, no,
shouldn't
no,
teach.
no. I moved back to individual. I've moved back to
let me
individual. I
finish.
think that affected
Let me be
her
cool.
in that way.
I just want to finish. So we shouldn't teach girls to play with Barbies, but if my daughter likes Barbies, like that's fine. I'm not going to be like, this is societally
That's not what I'm
unacceptable.
saying. No, I don't. I'm not saying I wouldn't feel that. I'm saying like if my girl was that rapper girl,
Hmm.
like I feel like it specifically on her had a bad impact where she feels like men have to be like paternal and like taking care of her like she's a child.
I think it's okay for some women to be like that.
Okay, but this is not a societal thing. I wouldn't want it to be my daughter who ends up like that.
Well, what I'm saying is by the time she's 16, her sexuality is already mostly fully formed.
Do you think
So
that's sexuality? Or
yeah, I think when 16-year-old girls have sex with 40-year-old
no,
men,
no, 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 no. I mean, when they like see men as like providers or caretakers, it could be sexuality, but I'm not putting that together in my mind like that.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
I said if a 16-year-old girl wants to have sex with 40-year-old men,
That's sexuality for sure.
that's what I'm saying. So I thought you were asking me about my 16-year-old daughter wanting to have sex. You said, how do you stop her from getting throat fucked by Russell Brand?
Yeah.
So, okay, so if my 16-year-old daughter wants to suck the cock of a celebrity actor
Hmm.
who is much older, I I don't think there is at that point actually much one can do about that. So if your question is how to prevent her from becoming the kind of person who wants to suck the cock of an
Okay.
older male actor.
Okay. So the thing is, I honestly I think that it wouldn't be that bad for if she wants her to go do that, but for her to date Russell Brand long term, that seems like it's gonna cause long term damage. But like it's not the sexuality at that point. Now it's like life decision type thing.
Okay, again, it feels like we're simultaneously talking about, is it bad for girls, for women to date older men versus is it bad for my daughter to date older men? So like I feel like when she's 16, I'll probably say you can date whoever you want. I might say like but like I don't know, a 16-year-old can emancipate themselves if they don't like your rules. So I think you really have a limited, you're like trading, like I'm paying your rent and I'm giving you food and I'm paying for your car. So it really comes down to money, I think, at 16. At 15, I think it's more like, no, you're going to do what I say. And like, if you don't, someone will make you. I'll make you, or someone, like physically, you will be forced to do what I say. Until you're 16, and then it's like, the 16-year-old realizes you actually can't make me do anything I don't want to do. And then when it comes to sex, when I'm like, I'm gonna control your orifices, it just starts to seem weird. So
But
I
that's
don't.
not the thing that actually that I have an issue with. Is it's I feel like people hooking up with like 18-year-old, like 16-year-old, like it can be below the age of consent, but like a hookup is not nearly as dangerous in my mind as a dating. And the thing
Okay,
about
but
like, and
there's
I
no
see,
way I'm gonna say like fuck Russell Brand, but you can't. He's not
I
coming
know,
to
that's,
Thanksgiving.
I know, but
Well,
like,
so there's nothing you can do. So I don't understand the question.
But I wouldn't want my daughter to be like, so like a 31-year-old guy, like a 16-year-old girl, like he can just undo like any like healthy childhood that she had and just groom her into some fucking sex slave or whatever. That's
I don't agree with that.
You don't?
No, I think it is her, very likely her childhood that is making her want to have sex with him.
That's true. Could just be like curiosity or lack, but I don't.
Can you make this into a question? Or was that it?
I have more questions. Okay. Okay, about cuties. So
Finally.
it's a moral for you to say that they're hot if they hear it.
I don't think that's true. Well, no. Like if I bring an 11-year-old to a strip club, is it and someone whistles, are they being immoral? I don't think so. I don't think it's my fault.
Wait, you'd be your fault for bringing her to the strip club.
Yeah, exactly. So like I didn't make them be and I didn't dress them like that. I didn't film it. It's not my fault that they're shaking their booties in my face. Netflix still every
Okay.
time I turn on my TV, Netflix is like watch on the watch again column. Cuties has been first for like months.
So the difference between our perspectives here is I'm the vegan and you're the meat eater. And like, so her
This
being
isn't a question. Wait, make it a question. It feels like you're turning this into the Smith line, but it's the sex line hosted by Mr. Girl, where you have to ask me a question and then I answer it.
okay.
But
I lost my train of thought, but I had something cool, interesting.
You're asking me a question and then you're answering it.
No, I mean I'm asking. Okay. So
do you have a question?
Yeah, I have a shit ton of them. Okay, I have
what?
So continuing with this. So continuing with this line of thought.
Yeah.
So how? So is it immoral for people? So let's say that they hear other people saying that no, they're not hot. They're disgusting. Anybody that would say that they're hot is a sicko. Do you think that's immoral?
For them to say that?
Yeah, but you already said that. So that you're saying that nothing's immoral because everything is on the responsibility of the people that made the movie, and now everything's fair game, and anybody can participate in talking about them, and it's not immoral because you're like the meat eater. It's just the way things are, and
yes.
Okay.
I mean, I don't. It's a little more complicated than that, but I don't. Yes, if you're going to put your child in a movie like that, if you're going to make a movie like that with children, and then other people are going to talk about it, I think the bulk of the responsibility for that awkward situation falls on the parents and the filmmakers.
Okay. Is it immoral to have? Okay, you've already said this before. This is not a. It is. You've said it's immoral to have sex with women because of the power dynamic in our current society. Okay. So.
Yeah, okay.
How? So all sex that you have with women is immoral. So how immoral? When does it become too immoral? What amount of immorality in sex is okay?
If you're a slave having sex with a white woman, then it's moral. There's situations where
of course.
Yeah, so not all men have more power than all women, but just usually they do.
Yeah.
Okay.
But what level of immorality is unacceptable? Like when does it become too immoral? How much is okay?
I think when they can't vote. when they're not allowed to run in the street or have their own housing, earn money, have jobs. Which I think it's only a little immoral. But I think once they're truly second class citizens who don't have the same rights, then it's like rape. That's an interesting thing. 16-year-olds can't vote. It's interesting to have sex with someone who can't vote. That's kind of a good argument for the age of consent being 18. Because they are second class citizens.
Because men are stronger than women, do you think there's even if they're truly equal, do you think that there will always be some level of power imbalance because, like, in sex, because you are going to be stronger than her physically?
God created man. Sam Colt made them equal. No, she can just shoot you. Yeah. Or
had to give her a sex. We had to design a sexually operated gun that can be used during sex with like her mouth.
Yeah. What? Yeah. Women should have mace dispensers in their vaginas.
Do you think that because physical
have you heard
strength?
Of the rape condom? Have you heard of the rape condom?
Yes, Rape X.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a Chinese finger trap, but with spikes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta get my hands on one of those.
Can never be too safe.
Because of the strength difference between men and women, like that's this normal sexual difference. Do you think that it's kind of inherent in men to be attracted to people that are physically less strong? Certainly possible.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, it's pretty shitty.
Yeah.
Okay, are you for pulling out vasectomies, condoms, or what? What is if you were to have a prescriptive, or maybe a spectrum-y prescriptive, like, it's different situations or whatever, but what is
the best birth control?
Yeah.
I don't know. They're all terrible. Right? Like the pill is disturbing.
Yeah.
I think maybe IUDs, non-hormone IUDs. That's horrible. I mean, but it's only horrible for a little bit, and then it's just like in there.
Yeah, I have an IUD story, but I don't want to make it the Smith's line. Yeah, I'm team pull out.
I mean, sure, but very rarely do people do that effectively. So
really, I feel like they rarely do it ineffectively. But
I guess, I mean, yeah, I think the best would be a combination of ovulation tracking and pulling out.
Yeah, but you have to not fuck up, and then the moment you do fuck up is the moment yeah.
Then you end up with that 16-year-old Russell Brand.
Yeah. Okay, that's all the questions that I had written down. I have one comment I could say to you, or we could just end it.
What?
Okay, the thing that you've been saying ever since you started streaming about being like afraid or like unwilling to do as much like satire because people can't tell the difference between if you're joking and if you're serious. That is bullshit. The people saying they can't tell if you're joking are literally, it's the same as them saying they think you're a pedophile. Like, It's not that they actually think that you're joking or can't tell the difference because they're so retarded. It's because they don't want to believe what you're saying, so they're gonna be like, "Oh, no, 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 he says jokes sometimes, so it's a joke. I'm gonna dismiss it because I don't want to agree with him. I don't want to listen to what
Somebody,
you're."
okay, but when the stream started, somebody just asked me if the doll review was a joke. I don't think they're a hater. I think they're genuinely like
Okay, it doesn't. I'm
asking.
not saying that they're a hater, but like I think it is like a form of cognitive dissonance.
I think that's a gen. I think they're just genuinely asking.
Okay, well I hate that. I hate that because I want to be able to tell jokes, and I don't want people. I want to be able to be serious and tell jokes, and I don't want people to be so retarded they can't tell the difference. I hate that.
Yeah, I just think that I get accused of being a fictional character so often that it seems like I'm not used to so much insincerity being like everywhere, so nobody believes anything anybody says now. So it just seems like a weird climate to intentionally say things that I don't believe.
Yeah, I actually I've been learning about like shit on Twitter, like videos, little clips like of like certain like something happened, like that video of the guy hitting the person on the bike. Shit like that happens, like people produce it and then put it out there and then everybody thinks it's real. And there's a ton of that shit out there and like half that shit's fake, or not even half, probably like a fourth of it, or it's like a lot of that shit's fake. So
The
have you
bike
even
one's not
found
fake though, right?
what's not fake?
The bike one isn't fake, is it?
Probably not. I don't know.
I saw a news story about his funeral and stuff.
Yeah, it's probably not fake.
Yeah.
But every time I see anything now, I'm like, well, like if I want to talk about it, I'm like, well, if it's not fake, because I don't want to.
Okay, but that's a different thing. I'm talking about people um intentionally creating plausible deniability about their own political beliefs with jokes, so that if someone else then makes a joke, it seems like they're doing that.
But you're why does that exclude you from doing the two separately in different contexts?
Because I don't want to be like, well, that was satire, but that wasn't. I
Yeah,
don't want to have that conversation
it's just
right now.
annoying.
It is, but I don't. I don't know. It just seems like what the world needs is people saying what they mean now, and not really obfuscating it at all in any way.
All right. All right. Nice talking to you.
Thanks for calling Mr. Girl Smethline. You're welcome.
Yeah. All right. Uh. Yeah. Yeah. IUDs are really painful and stuff. And like I feel like if you're gonna get an IUD, if you're like single, it's like being a virgin geisha, and like people are like like a wait like vying for like, oh, like you're like a commodity. Like as soon as people learn, oh shit, she just got an IUD. 'Cause I started like very briefly dating this girl through Tinder, and she told me I'm getting an IUD next week, and I was like, oh, like this is an awkward situation because like in this time, like we're gonna start like having sex, and now there's gonna be this weird pressure. So I just told her like we won't have sex for quite a while, and it also her like vagina was in incredible pain, so that made it easier of a decision. But yeah, but I feel like that is temporary. That's like a really shitty, painful, awkward situation that then you have like you're just not gonna get pregnant for a while. Yeah, they're pretty scary. All right. Have a good night. Bye. Thanks for watching.